Hello everyone, this is Crota and I am back casting WarCraft 3. This is going to be Rage versus Tom here. Yeah, Rage versus Tom. Rage going to be the Night Elf player. Meanwhile, Tom is going to be the Orc player. And I will probably refer to them as Night Elf versus Orc, since both of these players are not using their real names. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going down in this Night Elf versus Orc matchup here on Twisted Meadows. We see the Night Elf player spawning here in the red trunks at what I'll call the 10 o'clock position. Meanwhile, the teal player down over here spawning as Orc. Now, this is going to be good harassment if the Demon Hunter does try and come down this direction, but this is not your typical human matchup because, well, as I mention it, or as I realize it, you are not going to be creeping out this Goblin Laboratory. It's far too difficult to try and creep that out, even with an Ancient of War, just because of the amount of damage. Most likely what you will see is the clearing of these 5-3-3 creep camps right in this location here, allowing you to get almost to level 2. Now I'm going to speed things up a little bit until we get to the 2-minute mark, and I have not cast the Night Elf versus Orc in quite some time, so I am looking forward to the standard Druid of the Talon play, or rather I'm expecting Druids of the Talon in this matchup. Going to go ahead and slow things down to normal speed as we just now hit the 2-minute mark. Blade Master comes out at 2:04. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is already out. They are walking, it looks like, to each other, as the Blade Master should be using that wind walk, picking up a circlet of nobility and dust of appearance to make sure that, one, the Demon Hunter is unable to purchase it, and two, the Blade Master has use of that dust for those pesky archers at nightfall. Now, the Night Elf player has opted to open up with a very standard wall in, making it difficult for the Blade Master to get in. The question is whether or not this Moonwell is actually going to get constructed in time. You can see that the Blade Master has now made its way in, and what you can see that this Wisp may try and do is perhaps, yes, wall in this Blade Master. Now, this is going to turn into a very, very strange position, as now you're taking a look at this Ancient of War getting in some extra damage here. The big problem now, one Wisp does get taken down, is that the Moonwell here is gonna get cancelled. I don't quite agree with this. If the Demon Hunter, looks like he was gonna try and get a mana burn, there is a root down, and the Blade Master is once more stuck. Alright, this Moonwell down to 200 some odd hit points. The Blade Master, are we going to see another mana burn perhaps? That we should be seeing a mana burn. There's a mana burn, and there is, the Ancient of War going to try and trap itself in there. There it goes. It will be able to get out. No cancellation, and a little bit of a misplay there. The Demon Hunter should have gotten the mana burn off a bit earlier, and then just left his Demon Hunter here. If that Moonwell was completed, that Blade Master would have no choice except to try and take down the Moonwell while a Demon Hunter was hitting him, or try and take on a Demon Hunter while he was sitting next to Moonwells. Both very, very uncomfortable situations for a Blade Master, especially since that Blade Master did not have healing salves. A little bit of poor judgment there, chasing after a grunt that had no reason to be chased, as the Blade Master now gonna get to level 2. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter is still running around the map. He does have boots of speed, and he is looking for that Blade Master. Blade Master, however, clearing out his opponent's creep camp and doing a great job of it as well. Looks like he's going to be picking up Gloves of Haste, a very, very nice item, as a Wisp now trying to get away from that grunt. Alright, a little bit of apologies. I do have a bit of the sniffles. I believe it is allergy season or flu season, one of the two, which is affecting me, so hopefully it does not impair my casting that much. Now, the grunt is going to be trying to run around inside here under the cover of that Orc burrow. The Demon Hunter really has no reason to be in this location. It is not a very good spot for him to be. Those Orc burrows, those spears do deal a lot of damage, especially if you are not attacking those Orc burrows. That damage just seems to add up as the Demon Hunter just runs around in a circle, getting pelted to death. Alright, it looks like the Demon Hunter wants to go after a low hit point grunt, 2 of them, just to disrupt the healing. I like that play, but it's not really that great of an investment on time yet. That little bit of harassment at most made your opponent lose 50 gold at most. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is out around the field picking up good items. He may be able to pick up Boots of Speed. Now going to be going after that Troll Trapper here. I believe this Troll Trapper is the one that drops the 2-tome. Is it the 2-tome? Yes, it is. Tome of Strength +2. He picks that up and is now moving along his merry way. Now, Demon Hunter does have that Staff of Preservation. He is getting up to Tree of Eternity, and he now needs to start getting those Druids of the Talon. So far, we have not seen anything really come in from the Night Elf player that shows a very, very strong strategy or a strong idea of what he's going for. Getting that Beastmaster, getting that Demon Hunter to perhaps try and take down the Bestiary and the Spirit Lodge as they're being constructed. That is textbook play. But it doesn't feel like, looking at the Night Elf, that he's going to really have the necessary units and the necessary just micro and timing in order to get that damage done. You can see that the Demon Hunter already down to half-life, no cancellation on the Bestiary or the Spirit Lodge. And now, just now, 2 Ancients of Wind are in production, but it's still going to take quite some time before we get Cyclone up. Now, if the Night Elf player can minimize the damage and minimize the experience gain on the Beastmaster and the Shadow Hunter, then they will coming out smelling like roses. However, if a hero or 2 are lost in this upcoming fight, things are just going to go from bad to worse. That Demon Hunter still has no experience on the board whatsoever as a speed scroll being used by the Shadow Hunter in order to get away. Alright, a beautiful Hex now back down onto that Beastmaster. Beastmaster, both of them, are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? Yes. Demon Hunter now trying to get away, and it looks like, yes, a Windwalk Strike takes him down, and the Blade Master will get to level 3 off of this creep camp now. And it really looks like Orc has taken just absolute control of this game. You can see healing salves on the Shadow Hunter. Clarity Potion as well, level 3 on that Blade Master, as I mentioned earlier. Item, looks like it was a Ring of Protection +2. Not necessarily the best item on a Blade Master, but still useful. Alright, Blade Master comes in with a critical strike, finishing off this Forest Troll Warlord creep camp. Meanwhile, we can see that Adept training currently being trained. This Ancient of the Wind was not training up any Druids of the Talon. Meanwhile, the other one had one extra queued. That is a problem. You cannot be wasting time like that, as we're looking at a Beastmaster now getting stunned by a boulder. Alright, Ancient of Wind going after the Rock Golem, and you can see this is more of a desperation attempt coming in from the Night Elf. He is not in a good spot. The Blade Master could easily steal an item or 2. You can see the Blade Master is going to come in, get an easy damage onto the Beastmaster. Beastmaster not going to be able to get away. The Demon Hunter had the Staff of Preservation, but he was doing his best impersonation of a critter, and a very good one at that, as the Raccoon now hops away. Blade Master able to finish off that Ancient of War, now finishing up this Forest Troll situation here, and it looks like the Orc is simply going to outplay the Night Elf in just a moment. But there is one thing going for the Night Elf: the fact that his opponent ended up getting a Shadow Hunter over a Tauren Chieftain. The Shadow Hunter is not nearly as effective against Druids of the Talon as the Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain has Endurance Aura to move things faster, Stomp and Shockwave to do that AoE damage to try and stop those Druids of the Talon. The Druids of the Talon are at Adept training with Mastery, about 75% of the way done. Let's take a look at this. We're going to be in one of those situations where this is not queued up anything, and once more Night Elf has 3 extra Druids of the Talon queued up at the wrong Ancient of Wind. Back down over here, Ogre Magi getting taken out. Talisman of Evasion now picked up by the Shadow Hunter, giving him effectively 3 additional armor, as the Shadow Hunter now finishes off the remaining units here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Demon Hunter going up against the Ogre Magi. That is going to get taken down. Demon Hunter now picking up a ring, or should be picking up a Ring of Regeneration. No, the Beastmaster has it, and it should be transferred over. No, still not transferred over. There we go. Demon Hunter now with the higher regeneration, which is very beneficial for high agility heroes. And the more armor you have, the better regeneration is, as the effective hit points that it heals is higher. Blade Master now making its rounds once more. You can see Raiders off to the north. Shadow Hunter just sitting very comfortably is the Orc gonna be able to press? Or is Night Elf gonna actually get time to perhaps try and even things up? Once you get a lot of Druids of the Talon with plenty of mana, things become very, very difficult to stop them. The big issue is how much mana is going to be in them and how much mana are these Spirit Walkers going to have. If the Spirit Walkers can constantly disenchant the Cyclones, then things are going to be going very, very poorly for the Night Elf. However, if there is a constant mana drain, then that is going to be extremely good news for the Night Elf. And who better to drain mana than that Demon Hunter? As you see, one Rock Golem just purposely, or just pretty much not getting attacked at all because of the Druids of the Talon. Rock Golems are immune to magic, making them very, very difficult to take out by mass Druids of the Talon, if not impossible. You need your heroes to end up doing the majority of the damage. You see one Fairy Dragon dealing 14 to 16 damage. You now have, Vampiric Aura on the Demon Hunter, which may help out, but probably not very much. Alright, we're finishing up another creep camp here. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4. Blade Master sitting at, I believe, level 3. Shadow Hunter easily gets ahead of his opponent or ahead of his partner in crime there in just a matter of seconds in terms of getting more experience. And now with a gold expansion coming in from the Orc player, things are looking even better. 58 over 60 compared to 45 over 50. There is about a 40% difference in terms of overall gold as we now see the Ensnare go down on the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter taking a licking, but Hex onto the Demon Hunter, and still no Staff of Preservation to try and save it, and it was a critter at the time, so unable to use the Potion of Healing. Things have just been going extremely well for the Orc player, making a fool a bit out of the decision making of the Night Elf. Now, and there are often times in a game like this where micro does make a very big difference. Being able to make and execute all of the right choices within a limited amount of time. The problem right now is it feels like the Night Elf player is not making the right choices even though he is not pressured right. You can see that the Demon Hunter has been resurrected. Potion of Healing is there. The Demon Hunter going to head back home, perhaps get some mana in order to be able to mana burn, but still doesn't have that much mana to use. Orb of Venom, very, very strong there. As you can see, the Blade Master is currently in a little bit of trouble, taking a bit of damage, now needs to get away. Goblin Tinker, the third hero in the Night Elf trifecta. Two of them being Tavern Heroes as the Demon Hunter wants to sure things up. Spirit Walker and Raider now making their way down. Let's take a look at the supply. One Peon finally taken down. I don't know if that's the first actual teal unit that has fallen. 69 over 80 supply with no more units being trained up. Only sitting at 294 gold as there is the battle raging on. All right, Pocket Factory. Very difficult to get around. You can see there's those disenchants. Blade Master getting in some easy shots as a Mana Flare absolutely tearing apart many of the Spirit Walkers. The Spirit Walkers are in trouble as the Druids of the Talon. If the Druids of the Talon are able to focus down the Spirit Walkers, that would be an extremely useful turnaround here. All right, it looks like the Spirit Walkers may end up getting taken down. There goes another one there as the Spirit Walkers are now actually getting pressured by some other units. Scroll of Town Portal being used by the Beastmaster. One Druid of Talon gets taken down. Beastmaster, or Blade Master, excuse me, now up to level 4 as some low hit point units are going to get healed up by that Shadow Hunter who is now sitting at level 5. All right, Demon Hunter sitting at level 2. Goblin Tinker sitting at level 1. Beastmaster sitting at level 2. All of the red Night Elf heroes really wanting to level up to level 3 at the very least in order to get that stronger ability. 100 mana burn versus 50 mana burn. Very big difference. Blade Master now on its way over. Shadow Hunter using a Clarity Potion and also has a Potion of Greater Mana, excuse me. He's going to have no problems keeping that Orc army alive, especially with the help of that Spirit Link. Hawk in the air, keeping track of things. It does have True Sight, able to keep track of the Blade Master, as you can now see the Quill Beast doing what Quill Beasts do best, going into beast mode, attempting to take down some of the units. As we're looking at the Fairy Dragon now. All right, let's take a look at this. Shadow Hunter now trying to go away. mana burn onto all the units here, and there is everything to go after. All right, Fairy Dragon is focusing down a little bit. Shadow Hunter is now up in the air. Ensnare onto the Fairy Dragon. Blade Master going after the Pocket Factory. As you see, the Shadow Hunter is constantly up in the air, trying to mitigate all of that extra damage. All right, one Druid of the Talon does get taken down. A Scroll of Healing now used by the Night Elf as this fight is still continuing on. You can see that there is so many Troll Berserkers, though, and beautiful use of the expansion and the additional gold to combat the Druids of the Talon. That is the big issue here. So much piercing damage that pretty much came out of nowhere. All of the units now head back, but the Orc has too much of an economic and army size advantage, 73 to 41. All right, all of the Druids of the Talon are now back on the ground, their feet on the ground, wondering how they lost air superiority. Those axes fly far and hit hard as those Druids of the Talon were forced to just try and fly away. Back down over here, one Druid of the Talon didn't get the memo, gets ensnared, and falls over. There he goes. All right, what's going to be happening next? Blade Master now wandering around here. Are we going to perhaps pick up some more units? It's just a matter of time where the Orc army can pretty much move into the Night Elf and still guarantee victory. Just micro the Blade Master, just micro that Shadow Hunter, and you are pretty much in the clear. As the Blade Master picks up a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability and is now preparing himself for what I believe to be the final push. Demon Hunter finally, or still sitting at level 3, picks up a Scroll of Town Portal again. Let's take a look at this very low hit point Fairy Dragon. And are we going to go into a battle? Yes, there's a couple of ensnares. Mana Burn onto the Shadow Hunter, still only 50 points. Pocket Factory now down 1 of 2 heroes, now up to level 3. A day late and $1 short, though, as the Demon Hunter now being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal, not knowing how poorly this fight is going to go. And there he does go, ending up losing one Druid of the Talon again. Alright, Night Elf finally spots that there is this expansion down over here. Gonna try and build an Ancient Protector and really just hide an expansion or hide some towers here so that this poor Peon line is gonna get belted to death by boulders. Blade Master may be heading its way all the way down and going to be stopping that before it really gets started. Meanwhile, it looks like we have enough units to really try and take down the this Rock Golem creep camp here. Blade Master cleans this up, and this is still looking like a very, very one-sided fight. Shadow Hunter doesn't even need the experience here. He should really be backing off so that the Blade Master can get to level 5, unless he is already... No, he is not at 5 yet. He should really be getting that experience. Shadow Hunter should be completely out of this location here. He now picking up a Belt of Giant Strength, Raiders, Spirit Walkers, and count them 5 Troll Berserkers, all made possible by the additional Great Hall. 700 gold now sitting in the bank, ready to go. Druid of the Talons clearing up the last of the Forest Troll Warlord creep camps. This should have been done much, much earlier, trying to creep out difficult creep camps to get back into this game. It looks like some of those will get taken down, but that +5 armor from the Inner Fire, very, very difficult to get around even with Fairy Fire. That is just complete negation there, as now the Night Elf loses one Druid of the Talon, or excuse me, one Ancient of Wind. Ancient of Wind down. The last couple of Moonwells now suffering a lot of damage here. It looks as though there is no pillage. The Raiders just destroying things because that's what Orc like to do. And it looks like everything will be finished off here in just a moment. Druid of the Talon now making their way over. Tinker, Beastmaster, Demon Hunter now making their way off as well. Fairy Dragon now making its way over the hill here as the last Tree of Eternity looks like it will end up getting destroyed. That is pretty much going to be GG. But then again, I'm sure all of you guys have, watching this game, had known that the Night Elf was not going to be able to recover from this at any given point in time. And we are just waiting for game number 2. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. As I watch this, I already know who's going to win, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed it. Night Elf losing game number 1 here, and never really getting that much traction to get going. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.